Hello, my friends. Jacob's here once again. Isn't this great? Spending so much time together lately. Oh my goodness. I've been so happy this week. This week, the channel has taken off. Thank you to all of you out there that hit the like, that subscribe, and share it around and do all that stuff because of you, we're reaching a lot more people. And by we, I mean us. All of us who are asking for the truth, no matter what the cost. Which, by the way, we're doing a redesign of Noah's shirt. We're going to be taking this down. I have another shirt coming out, which is even cooler. I can't wait to share it with you all, probably next week. And so anyway, if you want to get the you want to get the Teach Me the Truth, no matter what the cost, before the redesign, this limited edition. Get it now, because we have about a week to go, and I'm gonna take it down, because it's all about fashion, right? That's Noah's teaching me, and my wife are teaching me that I don't have the best taste, so it's much better to let the young ones handle all of that stuff. And the shirt that he's working on now, and by shirt I mean all the merch, I guess, that he's working on now, is pretty amazing. What a great message. But yeah, it's all about fashion, right? And we see God's judgments coming everywhere today, it seems, right? Big apocalyptic hailstorm at the huge fashion event in Italia. Hey, Dolce and Gabbana show, yeah, the big finale. After they did their whole big hoopla, there was a huge hailstorm. Hailstorm hit all the celebs, got everybody soaking wet. Oh my goodness gracious. Take a look.
Bueno, te voy a investigar, sí, aquí vamos a ver la reacción de la
Judgment's coming, right? I said it. We got the two, there's these two eclipses, the Great American Eclipse, and many moons ago I said, judgment's coming to the United States. We see it everywhere. See these two eclipses? They make a little X over the U.S. There were a couple other things that drew my attention there, which I shared with all of you. Donald Trump being on the cover of The Economist magazine, on the judgment card, sitting on top of the world. Yeah. And his story's not over yet either. We have this event, this big event that took place. All the celebrities came out, all the hoopla. People are taking a little bit of heat, though. The celebs, Jennifer Lopez, taking a little bit of heat, because the co-founders, they're not the nicest guys. They're not the nicest guys. They've said some really pretty horrible things, very racist things, very phobic things. Not great at all. So the celebs, which you think celebrities, they're always supposed to be pioneering anything that's against bigotry and anything else that's against taking humanity and reducing it down to, something like a slave. Which, by the way, I think Dolce and Gabbana, I think they came out, they had slave sandals at one point. I think they marketed. Event shut down all of Venice. Everybody was arriving in gondolas. You know what I really got to tell you? I got to tell you that I find so strange is that when I saw all these videos with all these celebrities, all these people that finally have made it, they're all bouncing around and doing all sorts of goofy things, rubbing their butts up in the air and doing all sorts of reducing themselves to objects. glitz and the glamour, And the big finale of the show, huge hailstorm. They couldn't, even Vin Diesel was there. He couldn't save the day. Tried canceling this group of individuals. I guess because, of course, they dressed up the Trumpster and his wife and everything else, and some people had a big problem with it. I got to tell you something. I think it's all hysterics and it's all theater, all of it. I don't think that the elites, the people that have the power, the people that have the money, I don't think they care too much about the little people. And I think that they want you to idolize nonsense. You know, here they have these great celebrities, these millionaires, right? And then they come and they're not even wearing shirts. They don't even have like a shirt on. Like, you know, the Doja cat, whoever she is. Doja cat. I know Frank Sinatra. I don't know a lot of people. The big news was about how she avoided a wardrobe malfunction. Well, you know, it's a good call. You could have a wardrobe malfunction if you're just wearing a jacket and nothing else, right? Because, you know, you take a step, the thing's going to open up. People are going to see your boobies. Nobody wants to see Doja Cat's boobies. I know that everybody's, that's what the celebrities, they think. They think that that's what it is. They all just showcase themselves, and I mean, my goodness gracious. And she wasn't the only one. There was like one after another after another. Everybody was like in the audience and everybody was watching, and they were in awe of these goofy costumes, because that's what they are, costumes. I mean, I guess some people are calling it high fashion. I don't know. I mean, some of the designs are, I guess, interesting. You know, if you're Pharaoh, take a look. So here they're coming out in their outfits and everybody in their mirrored stage. That's something straight out of Zoolander. You remember the movie Zoolander, this one? About 6:30 or so, I guess, because they had heard lightning in the distance. Then all of a sudden, sky opened up with a crack of thunder and hail. Just ending the event, the finale of the event, the biggest part of the event, shut down. Did God do it? Of course God did it. Who else did it? Everything that happens is in God's control. Like ripping off their seat cushions and putting it above their head, trying to not get hit. People came in, they were interviewed later, they were soaking wet. All their expensive outfits and everything else getting trashed, getting drenched. My goodness. Had a ton of people in the audience. Vin Diesel, the Jenners, right? You got all them, and you got Zeus. Zeus was there too. Yeah, it's not a party until Zeus shows up with the lightning. Speaking of what's her name, Kris Jenner. You know, her daughter, Kardashian, Kim, she was just in that big Kanye right now. If you haven't seen that Kanye video that I did, you should check it out, because it's I think people are missing. There's some great symbolism there. And a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, Kanye, he's talking about the Lord, and, you know, it's a good thing. And I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I will say Kim Kardashian posted out a bunch of pictures of her listening to it. One of them being the song, I guess, on the Donda album, which is now released. Noah told me that they released it without Kanye's permission. The label did. I don't know. If that's true, I feel bad for the guy, because, you know, an artist, if he creates something, he should be able to release it when he wants. But maybe he's, beholden to contracts as well. Such a shame, right? She posted this picture of the song Lord Help Me, and guess what? The volume was down all the way. She wasn't listening to a song about Lord Help Me, Lord I Need You. She wasn't listening, it was muted. So a lot of people on Twitter, I guess, or Instagram or whatever it is, they were coming back at her, saying, hey, you got to turn up the volume. You're bragging about listening to something you're not listening to. Or is it like another message? Right? Is it another message completely? Lord, I don't need you, so I don't need to hear you. I'm not saying that's the case. I do believe that a lot of the celebrities, though, I got to tell you, I don't think they really have faith in more. But I could be wrong because I don't know their heart. I just hope that maybe we can encourage everybody to love a little bit more, give away a little bit more, do a little bit more. Like I gotta tell you, Jake Paul, he had his big event, and he came on and confessed that he was a bully when he was younger, and he started an initiative, anti-bullying, which I think is great. His fight where he just won by a split decision, he took a big pay cut so that more fighters could get paid. I gotta tell you, that's a step in the right direction. When people are thinking of other people before themselves, step in the right direction. Now, I'm not saying that Jake Paul, we should be taking spiritual lessons from Jake Paul. God forbid. Not saying that at all. But everybody's placed where they are for a reason. And if you could see people in the world, celebrities like Jake Paul, starting to act a little more morally, a little more appropriately, not seeing everybody else as just something to make money off of, but something to build, I think that's pretty cool. And you tell Jake Paul I told you that, which I think he watches the channel, just so you know, him and Logan. How crazy would that be, right? My children, you big fans of theirs when they were younger. In 2013, Dolce and Gabbana, the co-founders, they attended a party in blackface. Because that's always nice, right? That's always great. Just a few years ago, they were called out. They did like an ad. They launched a campaign that depicted an Asian model attempting to eat Italian dishes with chopsticks and a cannoli at the very end. Cannoli, which we know, of course, is a really delicious treat that bothers my belly. But some people, so, and the voiceover on the commercial, is it too big for you? Joking, right? Model fails to pick up gigantic cannoli using chopsticks. Is it too big for you? Of course, these stereotypes are horrible. And you got celebrities lining up for it. So, it's no wonder the hail came. We got to treat each other with respect, with love. Gabbana has claimed sexual harassment is not violence, and called Selena Gomez, sweet Selena, poor girl. She had so many health issues. So ugly. And Jennifer Lopez and all the celebs, right? Lining up for this guy. He's ridiculous. You know what's sad about the world is that these big events, which cost so much money, I think like every outfit was like $100,000 or something ridiculous like that. I'm sure they lost a little bit of value when they got pelted by those hailstones. Sure that's what happened. But the scriptures, they do say something about dressing appropriately. Now, I'm not making a stance on how to dress, but I am saying, okay? Because my wife, she looks good. I love when she dresses. And I gotta tell you, I like when she dresses. She dresses a little when we go on a date and she's dressed something's a little tight because she's got a great body. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say, oh, no, you should be wearing a sweater all the time or a big hoodie, big Teach Me the Truth hoodie. You should. You should, before it goes out of stock, before we do the redesign on it. Don't worry, it'll be back, and you're going to really love the new merch that's coming out. So make sure you can get it. Links are in the description of the video below, as is everything else. My website, you better subscribe there, jacobisrael.com. But the scriptures talk about how you shouldn't be getting all... People should love you for who you are, not for how you look, not for what you're wearing, not for what you're carrying, not for what you're driving. Right? See, this world will teach you to consume. We just talked about consuming the birth of the Lord. That's spiritually in the land today. It's kind of like that's just consume, But that's not the way things are supposed to be. This is from 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 3 and down. Your beauty shouldn't come from outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles and wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothes or maps or maps or gondolas. Rather, it should be in your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet and wonderfully true spirit, for which is great worth in God's sight. For this is the way the holy women of the past who put their hope in God used to adorn themselves. I mean, it's nice to look good, right? But if you're drawing your worth, your sense of worth from how you look, and then you've made it as a big time celebrity and feel like I should probably show everybody my boobies, not the best way to go, I think. Maybe it's a bit much. Maybe you put a shirt on, you know? I don't know. I don't want to judge. I'm not going to shame anybody for the fact that they want to reduce themselves to an object, which is what they were all like doing. Every time you see the videos that they share, everybody's rubbing their butts up in the air. It's like, what is going on? Lost a great celebrity, a couple of them. Ed Asner, right? I think he just passed on. TV was much different back then. Programming was much different. We've come very far from Lucy and Desi sleeping in separate twin beds on the other side of the room, which is so silly, you know? Long way in like 25 years. I mean, it seems, right? Speaking of a long way, Lord of the Rings in the news again. Thank you to Daniel, my buddy Daniel Ellis. He sends me, I saw this in People, I guess, where Sean Astin, the guy who played one of the hobbits in the Lord of the Rings, right? He's also known for Rudy. He photobombed the same girl like exactly 25 years later in like a picture. This was big news. But once again, Daniel was pointing out, it's Lord of the Rings. I wasn't going to talk about it. I found it interesting, but it was like, oh yeah, here we go. Here's more Lord of the Rings. 25 years later, isn't that interesting? I guess the first event was some inaugural ball for Bill Clinton, right? And then here we are now, and they were at Disneyland, and then he popped his face in the picture again. So anyway, I don't know, you tell me. Do you think that this was God saying, you know what? No more to this show. Do you think that's what happened? Or do you think it was just an interesting coincidence that happened and gave me something to talk about? And a moment for all of you to feel like for a moment, you know, those people that always, you know, those people that have the umbrellas held for them, where they can't hold the umbrella themselves, like Vin Diesel. Right? Just standing there. Guy behind him holding the umbrella over him. He's standing there like a king. I'm not saying he should hold his umbrella. I think it's great if he got somebody to hold an umbrella. I hold it for my Dan. I hold it for the kids when they were little. Ethan still. But it shouldn't be about the clothes on the outside. This is the problem. You know, when you're dressing up a puppet, that's what we become, a flesh puppet. When you're dressing up, you know, just something that's animalistic, and you're looking at it through the eyes of just lust. That's not the way to go. But God dresses us a different way. I want to read this to you in the book of Isaiah, okay? I will greatly rejoice in my Lord. My soul shall be joyful in my God, for he has clothed me, check this out, with the garments of salvation. He's covered me with the robe of righteousness, as a bridegroom decked himself with ornaments, and as a bride adorneth herself with jewels. For as the earth brings forth her bud, and as the garden causes the things that are sown into it to spring forth, so the Lord God will cause righteousness and praise to spring forth before all the nations. So that's the type of big clothing event I'm talking about. The righteousness is being presented to all nations. In the midst of darkness, the light shines brighter than ever before. And I know your light is shining. I know it. I just know it. Thank you for coming here. Press that like button for me. Share the video around. Tell people about the channel. Get yourself the Teach Me the Truth shirt. Thank you to all my patrons. Thank you to all of you who have been just such a great encouragement to me. Thank you to those in the live chat for whatever you've done. I don't know. I cannot predict the future. Even though sometimes I say things and then they happen, I don't know what I'm doing. Just a meatball. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching Jacob Israel. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and share this channel around. If these shows have helped you, help Jacob to reach more any way you can, and have the best day ever.
Click it.